This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Spain defeats defending champion Argentina, shutting down Lionel Messi's late heroics to claim the 2026 FIFA World Cup title. Barangay Ginebra's late rally falls short as Phoenix held on for an 81-78 victory, spoiling the Gin Kings PBA Season 50 Governors' Cup opener. Eala returns to the WTA Tour for her North American hardcourt swing, reuniting with Venus Williams as she builds toward the U.S. Open. Charly Suarez stays unbeaten with a devastating first-round TKO of Manuel Avila, strengthening his case for a WBO super featherweight title rematch with Emanuel Navarrete. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 20th of July. Now, here's our roundup brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Committee, and the NST-IAC. Spain is once again the king of world football. La Roja defeated defending champion Argentina 1-0 in extra time to capture the FIFA World Cup title. After 105 minutes of a scoreless deadlock, substitute Ferran Torres delivered the breakthrough in the 106th minute, finishing off Spain's 20th attempt of the match. The final never developed into the classic many expected. Spain controlled possession but struggled to finish, while Argentina failed to register a single shot during regulation. Lionel Messi, playing in his third World Cup final, was unable to lift the Albiceleste, while Spain's teenage star Lamine Yamal was also kept quiet. Instead, it was Spain's bench that made the difference, with Torres and Nico Williams providing the energy that finally broke the deadlock. Argentina's frustration spilled over after the final whistle as players from both sides were involved in a heated confrontation. Enzo Fernandez was also sent off in stoppage time. The title completes another historic chapter for Spain under Luis de la Fuente, who has now guided the team to both the UEFA European Championship and the FIFA World Cup. Spain also extended its unbeaten streak to 38 matches, cementing its place at the summit of world football. Kylian Mbappe made World Cup history after becoming the first player to win the Golden Boot twice. The French superstar finished as the tournament's top scorer with 10 goals in 8 matches, adding to the award he also won at the 2022 World Cup. Mbappe also became the men's all-time leading World Cup goal scorer with 22 career goals, surpassing Lionel Messi. Despite the individual honor, Mbappe admitted he would have traded the Golden Boot for a place in the World Cup final. Barangay Ginebra's Governors' Cup opener ended in frustration, while the Gin Kings were left during a slow start and several costly moments. The opponent celebrated a perfect debut from its newest acquisition as Phoenix stayed unbeaten. Here's Zeus Valdez with the report.
Barangay Ginebra's rally came up just short after falling into an early double-digit hole, suffering an 81-78 defeat to the Phoenix Fuel Masters in its opening game of the PBA Season 50 Governors' Cup. The Gin Kings trailed by as many as 17 points before storming back behind temporary import Riley Grigsby, who finished with 42 points and 13 rebounds. But Jeremiah Gray missed a potential game-winning shot at the buzzer as Ginebra's comeback fell short.
It was a frustrating night in many, many respects. The way we started the game, the battle back, kept trying to battle back, and then every time we battle back, we run into a weird call and difficult. It was a difficult night altogether. It was very frustrating.
Cohn, who was ejected late in the fourth quarter after receiving his second technical foul, admitted the Gin Kings couldn't put all the blame on the officiating. He said Ginebra's sluggish start and the lack of practice time for some key players also contributed to the loss.
It spilled out on the referees, but bottom line is we didn't play well.
While Ginebra searched for answers, Phoenix celebrated another statement win and a successful debut from its newest addition. Just days after being traded from rain or shine, Gian Mamuya contributed 6 points, 3 assists, a rebound, and a block as the Fuel Masters improved to 3-0. The former Elasto painter said the move was an emotional one, but the support of his new team made the transition much easier.
Well, change is always hard, you know. 4 years din ako sa rain or shine. Lalo na bagong territory, mahirap talaga kasi alis ka sa comfort zone mo. Part naman talaga ng basketball yan, part na itong livelihood namin.
Mamuyak said his goal is to help Phoenix build the same winning culture he experienced with rain or shine as the Fuel Masters continue their impressive start to the conference. Ironically, his next game will come against the very team he spent the first 4 years of his PBA career with.
Siyempre, competitors kami. Pagdating sa court, once the ball goes up, wala mo nang kaibigan, competitors muna kami. Pero off the court naman, nagpaalam naman ako sa kanila personally and napag-usapan naman namin na close naman talaga kami dun. So, off the court, walang problema dun. Pero habang laro, galit-galit muna.
Phoenix looks to extend its unbeaten start when it faces rain or shine, setting the stage for Gian Mamuyak's first game against the franchise that drafted him, while Ginebra hopes to bounce back after a disappointing opening day defeat. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Riley Grigsby may have played just one game in a Ginebra jersey, but he already understands what makes the franchise different. Despite a losing debut, the American import said the Gin Kings' famed never say die spirit is more than just a slogan. It's something he felt firsthand. Once again, here's Zeus Valdez with the details.
Riley Grigsby's first game with Barangay Ginebra ended in defeat, but it didn't take long for the American import to understand why the Gin Kings remain the PBA most popular franchise. In his Governor's Cup debut, Grigsby erupted for 42 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, leading Ginebra's furious rally from a 17-point deficit before falling just short against Phoenix 81-78.
Yeah, so I heard about it a lot already. I knew some people that played for Ginebra in the past, and they said what kind of organization this was and how the fans are.
Despite the loss, Grigsby said the experience of playing in front of the Ginebra crowd left a lasting impression. Even while the Gin Kings were trailing by double digits, the fans never stopped cheering, something the former NBA G League standout said perfectly reflects the team's legendary never say die identity.
Yeah, I love it already. I love the fans. Even when we were down, they're cheering loud, and you can feel the energy from the fans.
While he's still adjusting to the life in the PBA, Grigsby said the transition has been smooth despite the differences in playing style and rules compared to the United States. He added that the level of talent in the league has already earned his respect.
Obviously, different rules. NBA is more space on the court, but it's still basketball at the end of the day. Out here, it's competitive. You got imports that are really good.
With Justin Brownlee continuing his recovery and Scotty Thompson still working his way back, Ginebra will continue to rely on Grigsby as it looks to bounce back from its opening day defeat. If his debut was any indication, the Gin Kings may have found an import who has already embraced the culture that has defined the franchise for decades. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Macau's winless start hasn't dampened Marcus Elliott's optimism. After the Giant Pandas suffered a heartbreaking 106-103 loss to TNT, the Macau head coach provided an update on the team's much-anticipated reinforcements. According to Elliott in an exclusive interview, Jennings Leung is expected to arrive soon, while the status of former PBA imports Cole Mysek and Phoenix Shackelford remains unclear.
It'll be Jennings for sure. We don't know. Probably not Phoenix and probably not Cole.
The timing could be crucial for a Macau squad that has dropped its first 4 games despite showing signs of progress. Against TNT, the Giant Pandas erased an 18-point deficit in the fourth quarter with a late 18-3 run, pulling within 2 points before time finally ran out. Despite the loss, Elliott said the team is encouraged by its fight and believes additional reinforcements can help take the next step.
We should have some new players coming in soon. We'll see how that goes.
Jennings' expected arrival would give Macau another scoring option to pair with import Devondre Perry, who continued his strong play with a game-high 36 points against TNT. While the timeline for Mysek and Shackelford remains uncertain, Elliott is hoping his roster will soon be complete as the Giant Pandas fight to stay in playoff contention. San Beda University is heading to the Phil Oil Preseason Cup Finals. The Red Lions dominated 3-time defending champion University of the Philippines 93-72 in a victory they dedicated to late teammate JV Gallego. The win came just a day after Gallego passed away following a vehicular accident. Playing in his honor, the Red Lions delivered one of their best performances of the tournament, knocking down 16 three-pointers and never allowing UP to get back into the game. San Beda knocked down 16 three-pointers, raced to a 12-0 lead, and never allowed the Fighting Maroons to recover. RC Kalimag finished with 27 points, including 6 triples, while Dom Sarigumba added 17 points and 7 assists. Aldos Torculas chipped in 14 points against his former team as San Beda completed its second straight win over a UAAP powerhouse after eliminating LaSalle in the quarterfinals. The Red Lions now advance to the first All-NCAA Phil Oil Preseason Cup Finals, where they will take on Jose Rizal University for the championship. Alex Eala is back on the road as the Filipina tennis star begins her North American hardcourt campaign leading to the U.S. Open. After a brief homecoming filled with fan events, Eala left the Philippines to compete in the Mubadala DC Open in Washington, where she will see action in both the singles and doubles. She will also reunite with American legend Venus Williams, with the pair hoping to build on their quarterfinal finish at the Bad Homburg Open last month. Following her breakthrough Wimbledon run, Eala was voted the WTA Star of the Swing after winning an online fan poll. Currently ranked world number 29, Eala will also compete in Toronto and Cincinnati before setting her sights on a deeper run at the U.S. Open next month. Two-time world champion Annie Ramirez continued her golden run after capturing the women's 57-kilogram title at the Asian Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Almaty, Kazakhstan. The 35-year-old Filipina defeated Mongolia's Shuruntsetseg Ekumun in the finals to claim her third Asian Championship gold, further adding to her decorated career. The Philippines also bagged 1 silver and 4 bronze medals to cap another strong international campaign. Ramirez, a 2-time world champion and multi-time Southeast Asian Games gold medalist, now shifts her focus to a busy second half of the season with the Asian Games, the World Championships, and the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games all ahead. Charly Suarez sent a strong message to the super featherweight division after scoring a first-round technical knockout over Mexico's Manuel Avila in California. The Filipino Olympian floored Avila with a crushing right hand, prompting the referee to stop the fight with just 29 seconds left in the opening round. The victory improved Suarez's record to a perfect 19 wins, including 13 knockouts, while also capturing the WBO international title. More importantly, Suarez remains the mandatory challenger to WBO champion Emanuel Navarrete, whom he continues to pursue for a long-awaited rematch. The Philippine Blue Girls closed out their WBSC Women's Softball World Cup campaign with an emphatic 8-0 victory over host Peru in just 5 innings. The Filipinas finished with a 2-3 record after falling short of the medal round as Great Britain and Venezuela advanced on the tiebreak. The win came a day after the Blue Girls pulled off a stunning upset of world number 3 Puerto Rico to keep their playoff hopes alive. Now, despite the early exit, the team earned praise from Amateur Softball Association of the Philippines President John Henry Lullier, who called the Blue Girls' performance a proud moment for Philippine softball. The Philippine Volcanoes are still the kings of the Unions Cup after crushing Malaysia 39-18 to successfully defend their title in Nonfanburi, Thailand. After a tight first half, the Filipinos took complete control behind a dominant second-half surge led by Ryan Rodriguez Curtis, who helped spark the offensive onslaught. The championship completed an unbeaten tournament run for the Philippines, which also routed Laos and eliminated Singapore. Head coach Josh Sutcliffe said discipline and superior fitness made the difference as the Volcanoes pulled away to win back-to-back titles. The Philippines will also host next year's Unions Cup as it aims for a historic third state crown. Bianca Pagdanganan's bid for her first Epson Tour title fell short after a late stumble dropped her into a share of 8 at the weather-shortened Greater Toledo Classic in Ohio. The ICTSI-backed Filipina moved into a share of the lead after 3 early birdies, but couldn't sustain the charge, finishing 5 shots behind champion Annabelle Webb. Pagdanganan, along with Clarice Guche, Doti Ardina, and the rest of the Filipino contingent, now turns its attention to this week's Hartford Healthcare Women's Championship in Connecticut. Just weeks after his reported move to the New York Knicks, Filipino-American NBA star Jordan Clarkson made headlines off the court after being escorted out of a private club in New York City. According to TMZ, Clarkson and rapper Travis Scott were escorted from the exclusive Zero Bond Club following a reported altercation involving members of Scott's entourage. Authorities said there were no injuries or arrests, while no official statements have been released by those involved. Kimi Antonelli strengthened his Formula One title bid after winning the Belgian Grand Prix for Mercedes at Spa-Francorchamps. The 19-year-old Italian claimed the 6th victory of the season after overtaking Charles Leclerc late in the race, while Max Verstappen finished 3rd to give Red Bull its 300th podium in Formula One. Championship rival George Russell crashed out on the opening lap following a collision with Lewis Hamilton, allowing Antonelli to stretch his advantage at the top of the standings. Up next, Argentina's remarkable title defense finally came to an end after falling to a disciplined and relentless Spain in the FIFA World Cup final. What made Spain the better team? Veteran football coach Aris Caslib joins us to break down the championship match when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. Spain capped a dominant FIFA World Cup campaign by shutting out defending champion Argentina to lift the biggest prize in football. But what tactical adjustments made the difference? How did Spain keep Lionel Messi quiet? And what lessons can the rest of the world learn from the new world champions? Joining us now is veteran football coach Aris Caslib. Coach Aris, welcome back to The Scorecard.
Good evening.
Coach, let's break down the game. So Spain controlled possession for most of the final and limited Lionel Messi's influence. Now, from a tactical standpoint, what did Spain do differently that prevented Argentina from creating the late magic that we had seen throughout the knockout stage?
First, Spain played football, and it was spread out all over 110 minutes. They were in complete possession. The players were in very good position. That's one. Second, whenever they lose possession of the ball, they would immediately do the counter press. They will immediately Argentina, in order for Argentina not to develop their build-up play. So the question is, did something different? Actually, what they did was almost a perfection of their own football concept. They were able to consistently keep possession. They were able to consistently press whenever they lose possession. And it shows how they dominated possession of the game, almost 65%. The total number of passes is close to 700 in succession. So there's nothing new. It is something that we expect. Unfortunately, they did it against a defending champion team by Argentina.
Now, Coach, speaking of the defending champions, the stage was set for Messi's final World Cup. An exit that legends can only dream of. The stage was set for him, but do you feel that Argentina may have relied heavily on Messi to produce those decisive moments? And do you think that the team became too dependent on Messi offensively? And did Spain expose that maybe potential weakness in the final?
First, we check on the stats that Messi had in the recent World Cup. He scored 8 goals. He contributed 4 assists. So it was 12 goals in total out of the 19 goals. So how effective is he as far as contributing to Argentina's success? High. But did Argentina focus on him only? No, they did not. If you will observe, the rest of the remaining goals were spread out to 7 other Argentinian players. However, Spain was able to study very well how to defend against Messi, the entire Argentinian team. The key, how to stop Argentina. Not only stopping Messi, but it's stopping also the possible people who can contribute and make great impact or disturb the result of the game. So Spain managed everything, not only Messi.
Yeah, Spain, they definitely dictated the tempo, especially the midfield from start to finish. Coach, how important was their control of the possession and pressing and wearing Argentina down for over 120 minutes pretty much?
We have to give recognition to the players. First with Rodri and Fabian Ruiz. They were the key pillars of the midfield area of Spain. They were able to hold on against the strong midfield line of Argentina. They were able to block all possible Messi would receive in front of the goal. And they were also able to link with Lamine Yamal, with Olmo, in their transition when they attack. So how big is their contribution in possession? Controlling the space in the middle is important in possession. And once you control the middle in possession, you can utilize the left and the right side where Cucurella and Poro would always attack. And remember, that is how they scored from the diagonal ball to Poro going to the left.
Coach, even though Argentina lost, goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez kept the match alive with several crucial saves. How would you assess his performance, and could Argentina have maybe done anything differently defensively after going down to 10 men?
Well, after the first half, I was smiling because Emiliano Martinez showed the quality of goalkeeping he can do. In fact, the danger moment, very few moments where Argentina had to move in the attacking third and inside the penalty box is through his direct balls. Unfortunately, it is difficult in the end for Argentina to really manage everything because you were right. When they lost one player in the name of Enzo Fernandez, it gave Spain too much space to dominate, too much players in every zone, and this one made difficult for Argentina to cover. Eventually, the number of attempts too high for Argentina to match, and definitely a goal will happen along the end and really materialize through the patience of Spain.
Yeah, Coach, I was shocked by the stats at the end of the match. It was 20 shots on target for Spain and only 2 for Argentina. That was a huge shocker to me. Now that the World Cup is over for the men's side, obviously the world was watching. How does this inspire, Coach, yung women's team naman natin as they go on their own World Cup journey?
One brilliant story is the Cabo Verde team. It's a small country, less number of players, but they were in the game, in the World Cup. Players were passionate. They really wanted their best. They never see idols playing against. They see other football players enjoying the game. And I think that experience of Cabo Verde, even Egypt, even Morocco should be lesson for any national teams, whether we talk men or the women's team. And it should push them forward to have vision, to have dream, and they should always remember that they are not only playing for themselves. They are playing for the young generation of Filipino players who wanted to continue playing at the highest level of football.
So there you go. Coach, it's been fun talking to you all throughout this FIFA World Cup experience. And we'll talk to you again in future football discussions. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you very much, Anton, and all the best.
Coach Aris Caslib with us here on The Scorecard. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow, right back here on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and good night.